Welcome to the Potion Podcast, your raw look at the hospitality industry, brought to you by SHC. This week, I wanted to sort of chat about something that has been rattling around in my brain, which usually when things rattle around in my brain, I try and get them down on paper or film or audio, or however you want to listen to it. And that is about that you control everything that you do in life. You can't blame anybody else. So if you're in a position, especially bartenders, I've been giving a lot of bartender advice on TikTok lately. Yes, I am on TikTok. 2 different profiles, one for BC Spirits and one for the Post Shift podcast. So I've been giving bartender advice on TikTok. And the one thing I've been thinking about is, like, you don't necessarily need to stay where you are because you think you owe anybody anything. The only person you owe anything to is yourself. So if you're a young bartender out there and you've started a job where you sort of gain your legs and stuff, but you feel like you've tapped out that place, don't feel like you can't leave and find another job. The one thing you do, whether it comes to life, your career, anything, is that you need to find your own happiness. And this is a very big thing for me because I sometimes have trouble finding my own happiness because of my workload. And there are times I come on video and I tell everybody how happy I am with my workload. And I am 90% of the time. But even the most brazen, obnoxious, egotistical, 6'5", 265-pound Australian has their off days. And so I posted something on Instagram the other day, which was, if life gives you lemons, take control and make a motherfucking sidecar. So this is what I want you to sort of do. If you're a young bartender, you've been listening to my podcast for a while, I hope that I've brought some value to you, and I really am getting very, very real and realistic about my life and my career here. I come back from Singapore. I'm still trying to adjust to being back home outside of a single man life sort of style where I exercise, I work, I come home, I work, and then I go to bed, and then I do the same thing every day. And I've got to fold my family back into it. So I've been trying to get back to used to being back in a family role sort of thing, which is very, very weird because you should just be able to slide in. But seeing that I've only spent 7 weeks in Victoria since May, it's something that's been a struggle for me. So my big thing for you is that every morning when I wake up, I've been trying to very proactively lie in bed for 5-10 minutes and say, you know what, today I can do this. And I set myself goals and I build out how I'm going to achieve those goals every day, and I get up and do them. So I think the best thing that I can give you guys to advise to sort of do, this is going to be a short episode, is just remember you are in control of your life. You always hold the remote, and you always can change the channel. As a kid, I left home when I was 17 with $700 in my pocket. Luckily enough, I found a couch from a friend downtown Brisbane, which is about 2 hours away from where I actually grew up. I scoured newspaper articles until I found a job as an assistant handyman at a hotel. I worked there as a junior handyman for about 3 to 4, 5, 6 months, doing like the worst of the worst jobs. Imagine anything that breaks in a hotel, you have to fix. And then one night I got given my break. They asked me if I have my black and whites and if I want to do a wedding. So I did a wedding, and I went 110% into that, and became one of the bartenders in the restaurant, and then went 110% into that, and then moved on to become bartenders at cocktail bars all over Brisbane, and then moved from Australia to Canada with about $1,700 in my pocket, and built what I have now. But it's taken me, I've been here, 2006, 13, 14 years now, and it's taken me a really long time to build up where I want to be. But the one big thing is that it's constantly that you have to control your life, and it's no one else can control what you do. Now there's going to be people out there that like shit talk you and crap on you and tell you can't do it and ask why you would do that. I have it all the time. Oh, so is the podcast doing well? Doesn't really matter. I do it for myself. You know, how you make your money? Are you monetizing? Like, the book launch has been the biggest one. A lot of people think there's a marketing and PR company behind it, but I'm the marketing and PR company behind it. So it's all out of my pocket and things. So, young bartenders out there, if you feel like you want to go work at a top cocktail bar in Vancouver or your city, wherever you are, study hard, read every book, try and do Bar Smarts. Bar Smarts is $29. Go do it. Use some of these online platforms to increase your knowledge so that you can really go out and find the job you want. Always pitch higher than you think you can get. Always go in for jobs as a supervisor when you have no supervisor position, or go in as a manager when you have no managerial experience. Build on what you can do and keep pushing yourself. You can't, like, at the end of the day, if you're 21, 22, you've got time. You have so much time. I'm turning 40 next year. And turning 40 next year is not scary at all because I know I've done a lot in the last 10 years. When I was 29, took over Clive's at 29, I really wanted to open my own place by the time I was 35. And I did that. And then I thought, okay, well, that'd be the end of it. And then that was 5 years ago, 6 years ago now. At the end of the day, you've got time. I did a whole episode about this. Now, think about it. When you, from 1 till 5, you learn how to be a human being, like, which is a big thing. Like, learn how to walk, talk, go to the washroom yourself, like, eat by yourself. From 5 to 8, you're sort of trying to figure out how you sort of fit into the universe, like, as a human being. From 8 till 12, you're trying to figure out how you fit into the universe at school and with exterior forces. From 12 to 17, you're sort of just trying to ride that wave to get through high school and stuff. After you're 18, you've basically spent 18 years, 20 years to become who you are right now. So think about it that way. You're just beginning to flower at 20 years old. From then on, you can do whatever you want. Everybody thinks that when you're 40-year-old, that means I've only been doing what I've been doing for 20 years. I've still got a good 25, 30 years in me. At the end of the day, you can do a lot of things in 20 years. Really look back. If you're 22 years old looking like right now going huffing and puffing about not having the job you want, not having the money you want, not having the career you want, you're 22. Look back at when you were 10 and think about all the things you've done in 12 years. Now, cut that down and see what you can do by the time you're 30, because you've got nothing. You've got no school. You're not learning how to walk and talk. You're not trying to fit in with the cliques at school. You're not studying. You're not under your parents' roof anymore. You're paying your own way. This is a big thing. From this point on, you're an adult. You're your own person, and you get to write the script from now on.
Thanks for listening, Pose Shifters. I hope you enjoyed that episode. I really enjoy sitting down with friends and peers and just chatting about the industry and getting down to the nuts and bolts of what's really going on out there. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, everything on all the platforms. Just hit it up, and I'll do my best to answer any queries or questions you have. I'll see you next week, guys. Bye.